and why I am an important person in the civil rights movement. But before that, I'm going to be telling you about this. I was born February 4th, 1913. I had two parents, and their names were Leon and James McCauley. They had difficulties with their relationship. So eventually they broke up, which is named as divorce. So, me, my mother, and my brother, Sylvester McCauley, moved to an area named Pine Level, which is a town near Montgomery. And my mama, she had problems paying the bills in the house because she was a single black woman with two kids, and she didn't even care. She kept on paying and kept on getting these jobs that she wasn't really good at, but she kept on trying and trying and trying to pay them bills. So, and then me, my brother, and my mother, we decided to make a deal. Me and my grandfather were really close. So every summer and every time that I had, which is spare time, I would go to his house and work on his farm with him. And then, as I was growing up, my mother homeschooled me. So I was happy, but I was really sad because I couldn't make any friends, like all the other white kids had. So, as I was growing up, when I was 11 years old, all that changed. I started going to a school called Industrial School for African American Girls. And it wasn't as the best school ever, but I still kind of liked it because I still got an education. And I took various vocational and academic courses, and I was really still happy for my school. And when I was about 19 years old, I found my soulmate. His name was Raymond Parks. Boy, he was the sweetest man on earth. I loved him to death. Me and him had the best time. And we got married December 8th, 1953. And we were a happy couple. We were happy. We enjoyed fighting for the rights of African Americans in the NAACP, which is the National Advancement of Colored People. And as we were going through the problems we had, just like my mother, we still held on to each other. We loved each other so much. So, on December, most of you know me from December 1st, 1955, when I sat on that bus. And it was a really cold day from Montgomery anyway. And I was really tired, and I got off work as an African-American seamstress, and I was really, really tired. My feet were aching, my legs were aching, my hands were aching because I was sewing as hard as I can just to get a payment. So I sat down on the bus, and I was waiting. I actually sat down on the bus stop first, and I was waiting on that slow bus to come, and it was really, really cold. So I went on the bus when the bus came, and I sat down as quickly as possible because my legs and my feet were really tired. And I just sat down in front of the bus because my feet, my hands, everything was tired. I only had a little bit of breath. So at the next stop we stopped at, a white man came on the bus, and he asked me to get up. And I said, no, because first, I'm a citizen too. Just because I'm black don't mean nothing. I am black and I have the right to sit wherever I want to sit. Just because you're light-skinned, just because I'm black-skinned, dark-skinned, whatever you call it, doesn't give you the fact, doesn't give you the right to make me get up. So I said, no, I am a citizen too. Just because you're like that and I'm like that, we're both the same. And I'm still a citizen. And boy, I sat down now for so long and argued with that man, I felt like I just gave up. I wanted to give up and give up, but I did not give up. I stayed on that bus until the bus driver came and called the police on me. And the police escorted me all the way to jail. They escorted me all the way to jail, where they fingerprinted me and gave me a number. And I remember that number so well. It was 7053. And I was saying it like this. It was just hard for me. But a few days later, a man called to ask me to get up, ask me to come out of jail. They bailed me out. And do you know who that was? Do you know? Do you know who that was? Do you? Do you, Chip? Do you know who that was? It was Martin Luther King. And I was so happy because that was my pastor. I went to his church services. He actually spoke to me. He spoke to me so gratefully. I was crying in tears just because he called me out like that. I was just crying. And he told me, Rosa, you have done something good. And you know why? Because you sat on that bus. You sat on that bus and gave the rights to African Americans. And that was the time when the bus boycott came. That was the time when the bus boycott came. And the African Americans, they refused to get on the bus. So for 381 days, they refused until the white people gave up. And that is when the white people let us back on the bus and they let us sit wherever we want to sit. And I was happy. I was proud of myself. I was really proud. I loved myself. I was really proud and proud and proud. And it was just the happiest moment of my life. It was just so happy. And then, in 1977, was the hardest year of my life. I can tell you right now,